The Greater Israel Plan is a plan which the United States, Britain, Israel, and their allies is trying to expand the modern Israeli empire throughout the Middle East by force through fake terrorist claims. Just like 9/11 was staged by the United States government, is the same way that the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and ISIS were also staged by the United States just for the United States to have a reason to continuously bomb the Middle East. And it's the same way Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, and the Shiite militias in Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan were all created and staged by the United States and Israel for Israel to continuously bomb the Middle East to expand the modern Israeli empire. The entire Palestine have been occupied by Israel since 1967. It is impossible that Palestinian fake created staged terrorist groups like Hamas, which is created by the United States, to have staged the October 7th attack. And it is impossible for Palestinians to have built terror tunnels throughout the Palestinian territory just to keep Israeli hostages that don't really exist. The fake terrorist group Hamas wears the same scarf around their faces as the royal family in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE are all puppets for the United States, Israel, and their allies. There's a reason why Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE have done nothing for the Palestinian cause, because it is their people who is most likely are pretending to be Hamas. This map is from a Bible from the 17th century that shows the actual map of Palestine that was throughout, which is now Gaza, the West Bank, and modern Israel. But before 1948, the entire territory was considered Palestine, not Israel. In 1948, the Synagogue of Satan, which is United States, Britain, successfully took the land from the Palestinians and gave it to white European descendants, Israeli people. As the Bible say in the book of Revelation, which is a book of prophecy, in Revelation 2:9 says, I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Because as modern Middle Easterns know that United States and Britain are called the Great Satan, and Israel is called the Little Satan, because Israel is just a puppet for the United States and Britain. Before the prophecy of the Revelation 2:9, all the Palestinians were jet black like Jesus, because here's Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, with a very black-skinned Jesus with dreadlocks. And yes, Jesus had dreadlocks, just like Samson, the strongest man in the world who ever lived, had 7 dreadlocks. All of the true Russian icons, and the Russian icons are all the biblical people, and all of the biblical people which is in the Russian icons are all black, all of them. When the European colonists, colonizers colonized the entire Middle East in the 19th and 20th century, they systematically lighten up the Middle East by race mixing. Because light-skinned Middle Easterns are, are not a race. Light-skinned Middle Eastern is a created race that was created through mixing with Europeans and the black original Arabs. Because the last true original Arabs were the Black Moors. And the Black Moors were not only in North Africa, the Black Moors also lived throughout Arabia and in Southern Europe, because it is the Black Moors who brought the Europeans, who were Germanic barbarians, out of the Dark Ages from the year 711 AD until 1492 CE. There's only 4 to 6 human races on the planet, which is the black man, which is called Negroid or Africoid, the white man, which are called Caucasoid, the yellow man, which are modern light-skinned yellow Asians, which are yellowish Mongoloids, the red man, which are red-skinned Mongoloids, which is also known as American Indians, and the black-skinned Aboriginals, which lives in Australia and also in the Melanesian Pacific Islands. Light-skinned Arabs look similar to light-skinned Hispanics because after the majority of Latin America abolished slavery with the help of the Haitian Revolution, yes, because it is Haiti who helped the entire South America to be freed from slavery and help every single of those countries gain independence, is the same way Haiti also helped majority of the Central American countries from slavery and help those countries also gain their independence. And which caused in the 1800s, after the abolition of slavery in Latin America was very black. But the European elites did not like the idea that Latin America was very black. So the European elites in the 20th century send 10 millions and probably more of white Europeans into Latin America to systematically whiten up Latin America into what Latin America looked today. Because if Latin America was as white as modern Latinos would wish it could be, why the majority of Latinos, which is 90% of them, are blacks and mulattoes when we're talking about the Latinos in the Caribbean and in South America and some Central American countries? The whitewashing of Latin America is real because modern Latinos in the Caribbean and South America rather lie and say that they're Indian if they don't look completely black. But that's a lie, because the Spaniards and the Portuguese wiped out 90% of the indigenous people throughout the Caribbean and South America. That's why the Spaniards and the Portuguese had to go to Africa and grab African slaves from Africa to replace those dead natives that were throughout the Caribbean and South America. The only true natives of the Americas are the majority of the Mexicans and Guatemalans and half the population of Honduras. I say half the population of Honduras is because half the population of Honduras is black. As I said, the four major human races are Caucasoid, Negroid, Mongoloid, Asiatic subgroups. And the Asiatic subgroups are the Pacific Islanders and the Black Aborigines in Australia, and the Black Aborigines Pacific Islanders are Black Melanesians. The Black Melanesians, like the people of Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and all the other Melanesian islands, are all Pacific Islanders. And also, the Asiatic subgroups are the American Indians and Eskimos. Why they considered American Indians as Asiatic subgroups? Because thousands of years ago, the redskin kind of slant-eyed Native Americans, they migrated out of Asia from Alaska into the Americas. But there was an Asia first. So all being said, light-skinned Hispanics, light-skinned Middle Easterns, light-skinned people of India are all created through whitewashing tactics. Those are not human races, because a human race all have the same skin color, all have the same eye color, all have the same features. All white people have white skin, color eyes, and color hair. All black people have black skin, brown eyes, and black to brown hair. All yellow Mongoloid people have yellow skin, slant eyes, and have very straight hair. All red-skinned Indians have red skin, straight hair, and have kind of a slant eye. All black Aboriginals and black Pacific Melanesian people have black skin, brown eyes, and black hair. And some of them also have natural blonde hair. Definitely the black Melanesian people have blonde hair. All Eskimos have yellow skin, big bodies, with Asian eyes, and straight hair. A human race looks the same, but when you have Hispanics that all do not have the same color eyes, that all do not have the same color skin, that all do not have the same color hair texture, is a mixture. Hispanics, light-skinned Middle Easterns, and light-skinned people of India are all mixtures because of whitewashing strategies.
But when Israel gives order to the Lebanese army to withdraw, and after the withdrawal open fire, it's really undermining any role of the Lebanese army in the future, in particular when it is not allowed to have weapons that are deterrent against the Israelis.
Well, when you say not allowed, I wonder if you can just elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, all the weapons that come to the Lebanese army come with the approval of the government, and mostly from the British and the Americans. And when the Russian offered jets and other countries offered to arm the Lebanese army with missiles that can deter the Israelis, then the American put pressure on